All right, well, we've been working on letting my neighbor's Coleman mini bike's carburetor soak for like 2 weeks. So that's probably long enough. Probably could have got away overnight, to be honest. I'm just a busy guy. So let's pop this open and see what the heck's going on with this thing. Get the can open here. You know, the worst part about making videos is I have to stop my music. I'm a big music guy. That's all right. I do it for you. All right, let's see here. Oh, wait, a million billion times better. All right. Look at that. That was totally crudded up here just a couple days ago. All right, I think that's everything. Oh yeah, even the jet's okay. Beauty. All right, well, let's pop this lid back on. Go hide this back in the hidey hole it lives in 99% of the time. All right, we've assembled our tools. I'm going to show you what this carburetor looks like even after sitting for a couple days in carburetor cleaning. So it's a little icky on the outside, not too bad on the throat. This is looking a lot better. This was super crudded up. Let's see here. This was full of fuzz. I don't know if I have the video still. And then we got our float, which these plastic floats, usually they work. This guy was gnarly, so focus you. There you go. You can kind of see it's pitted a little bit, but we'll see if we can clean it up and get it back going. Save my neighbor $12 on a new carburetor. So let's see here. Let's just wipe out this bowl really quick. I been rebuilding these kind of carburetors. Oh, it must have been half of my life now. Exact these ones. It's actually pretty good. All right. That's not bad. All right, let's wipe my hand off so we can actually get this. See? That's not too bad. That'd be acceptable with that. All right, let's get the float here. Just the main jet. It's just a little bit gummed up on this bad boy, but now don't look too bad. I don't think we're gonna bust out we have our little dental picks. We could get the last little bit of that out, but I think that's gonna be fine. Where's my, oh, there, it's hiding from me. All right, keep that there. Now the fun part. Let's see if we can let's see how this cleans up. We're gonna open the garage door. This stuff's pretty powerful. That's better. Let's wipe that off since we're here. Call that cleaned. All right, let's Let's see. Is this main jet clogged? Well, it ain't not clogged, but it's pretty clogged. Let's get our little pokey bit here. And just, alright, that's not too bad. Let's pop that jet out. It needs a flathead screwdriver, skinny mini one. Probably like a number 1 or 2, that sort of thing. Something akin to this. It's just got to be able to fit in the. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's see. This laughed at me when I tried to pop it out before I soaked it in. Oh, that's not that bad. It's not that bad. The emulsion tube doesn't look that bad. All the holes are open. It's only got a little bit of gunk on it. And the jet, I don't know if you can, let me look through that myself. Ah, the jet's the problem. The jet is totally clogged up. So let's just try. Let's just try and get it cleaned out here. I got a straight pokey bit on this one. There we go. That's what makes these so useful. All right, let's see. I'm gonna try to blow it out. There we go. See, now you can see through it. If you could focus, well, you could see through it. So that was our big problem, is that the main jet was clogged up. Now we're gonna stick something in here just to clean it out as good as we can. You wanna be careful not to get any of this schmoo from your cotton swabs in there, or at least try and get it out. They're not the best for this sort of thing, but this is a lawnmower carburetor, not a mini bike carburetor, but you know, it's a lawnmower carburetor or a pressure washer carburetor. It's not exactly a Holley double pumper or anything. All right. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember how that goes back together. Give me a second. All right, so we looked it up on the old Google machine here. You want the side with one. See how this one has like 2 rings and this one has 1? You want the side with the 1 to go towards the top of the carburetor, so like this. Then put our jet back in. And we hope and we pray and we cry a little bit and hope that all the seals on this seal back up. And we put our glove back on, dingus. So that you can not have to buy a new carburetor, because the seals kit for this carburetor, or a rebuild kit, you know, it costs almost as much as just buying a whole carburetor, which I could have totally done and been done with this a while ago. But I'm not one to take the easy route. Sometimes because I'm stupid. But that's okay. just get the last little bits of this schmoo that's everywhere cleaned up. And I guess we can pull the secondary jet too. Or no, I can't. It won't let me, there's no slot. Huh. That looks clean enough anyway. See? Not that bad. All right. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Did we lose our pin? Oh, I know where it is. It's probably in the soup. Oh, man. Give me a second. So, I think I lost the pin for the float for this carburetor in the carburetor cleaner bucket, which means we need to get the magnet and make it all icky. But first, let's just make sure it's not in the bucket. It's not in the bucket. All right, let's feel around in here. Do some magnet fishing. Whole lot of nada. Did I leave it? Oh, here it is. I'm stupid. I left it on top of the cat litter bucket that I had taken the carburetor apart on top of. Well, that's good. All right. At least we didn't lose anything. Not for real. Besides, this stuff will keep my magnet from rusting, because you need one of these if you're ever working on junk. All right. Now, let's get this out of the way. Okay. Now, let's see here. We've got our carburetor. So we got our main jet in there. Now we just got to get this pin lined up. Oh, perfect. Now we can set. That looks fine to me. Let's clean the top of this joint, because she's a dirty girl. This thing was definitely rode hard, put away wet, which makes sense with how my neighbor. Love you, John. All right, let's do this. Let's get that out of the way. Get another one of these. I'm just trying to make this as nice as possible, so, because this isn't for us, this is for our neighbor, and we like our neighbors more than ourselves, but that's not that hard. Okay. Make sure that you get your bowl gasket as clean as you can. Sometimes I grease them when they're not playing nice, but these O-ring style ones usually are okay. So we're gonna just, all right, we got that clean. Now, the bolts are all back on. On these ones, you want to be able to have the bowl drain accessible. So this goes like this on the carburetor, on the on the engine. So you probably want it to be clocked in this direction, like towards the outside face of the carburetor, so that you can actually get some kind of catch can under that. Otherwise, it's gonna make a mess. I use old pots and pans like this for that sort of thing, because these have all been retired from working for me. Good and tight. All right, let's go slap this back on the engine here. All right, so now we're gonna put the carburetor back on. Ooh, you know, it helps to have the gasket. Where is your gasket? There it is. Helps to have the gasket that seals the carburetor to the intake manifold. Let's get this fuel line out of the way for right now. Right, then we gotta have this gasket. See how it's kind of weirdly shaped? You want to make sure that the little protrusion is pointing up towards this hole. Oop. Or the other way around. Yeah, babe. Uh-oh. Do you need my assistance? Okay, I'll stop what I'm doing. All right. After a brief intermission of, I had to go take care of my daughter's poopy pants. We got the gasket on. It goes on this way. So see the fuel shutoff is basically pointing towards me. So let's get that. We gotta, while we're doing this, you have to get the, yeah, there we go. That's the governor slash throttle situation. We can put this fuel line back on. Might need to make a new fuel line for that, but for now let's pop it this way, see if we can get it to play nice. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. All right. And so that's on. We need to hook up this little springama thing. It goes in this little hole. All right, cool. And there's a little lever that I'm totally missing. Where are you, lever? There you are. This is the choke. See, this is the choke. It goes on here. And it goes like this. Oops. There's more gunk in there I didn't grab. Come on, Jake. I feel like this is your first rodeo. First one in a while, okay? Let's see. Yeah, that's not good. You don't want that in your engine. Yeah. Another one of those. Pretty icky. All right, clean enough. All right, now let's open that. See if we drippy drip drip. All right, let's get that back on here. So this has a little breather tube. It's very important that you get it back on. Otherwise you'll get oil everywhere and you'll be mad. Oh, when you're putting this back on, you have to have the fuel off and the choke on. Otherwise it won't go on. Come on. Come on, holes line up. There we go. Now we gotta get our valve cover vent in there. Sometimes it helps if you have a pair of pliers. Yep. There we go. Come on. There we go. Oh, still not in on this back side. Push it in. Beauty. Now, got our little 10mm nuts. Put them on. You can over tighten these, so be judicious. Don't like just put them on here with an impacto. You do it lightly. No ugga duggas, just a See, we're pulling in just a little bit. We're not going to put the air filter on until I know that this thing runs though, because I'm probably going to have to hit it with some ether, but we'll see here in just a minute if it wants to play nice. Because this thing was starting to try and run with the main jet all gummed up. So let's see, turn the fuel on. Carburetor, the choke is on. Our video on. Yep. Our on switch is on. All right, let's throw some ether at it, just for fun. Where's my ether? There it is. Just gonna let that idle there for a minute. Put the air filter back on. Running a little rough, but hopefully it's sitting up for a long time. All right, let's drive this thing. Ah, I stalled it.
flowing. Still idling like crap.
Look here. See, it's idling like junk. I should be able to. I think it's that fuel problem right there. Here, cut it off. I bet you it's that kinked fuel line. Let's just try and squish that back a little bit, and it feels like we're fuel starving, which would make sense since I had that vice gripped off for a week, and that fuel line ain't exactly new either. It's just new for this mini bike.